Okay, you guys, your makeup is in the mail. So your first step is to prep your face. So you want to ditch that peach fuzz, grab a tinkle razor from your neighborhood drugstore or Amazon. Next up, exfoliate 1 to 2 times a week. Get rid of all those dead skin cells and texture. Next up, you want to moisturize daily to make sure that your skin is super hydrated for this makeup. Stay tuned for step 2, which is contour. Okay, so now your makeup's arrived. Let's load the palette. So we're going to open up our palette. We are going to open up our contour, take the lid off, and insert it into the compact. It will stick. These are magnet. Next up, I'm going to choose the brush. This is the buff brush that I'm using. I'm using the small end. I'm dabbing into my contour, not swiping. Contour is a bit of a thicker consistency, so you do have to press a little bit harder to get enough on your brush. I apply it, and then I go back and I apply it in a dabbing motion to add a little bit of, or just to kind of blur the lines a little bit. Next up, I'm doing my forehead. I have a larger forehead, so I do like to minimize the size. That's what's great about contour, is it just adds dimension, it can hide distractions, it can make you look slimmer, more sculpted, more lifted. When you're done, your contour should be in the shape of a 3, okay? So we're gonna repeat the steps over here. I applied it, then I go over and dab it in to blur it out. I'm adding it onto my forehead to minimize the size, and then I'm adding it to my jawline to add some definition. Lastly, you can add nose contour. I like to use sort of a straight edge to help me get a straight line, and then I go into and add a little bit under my lip. If you have issues with contouring, make sure you watch my troubleshooting for contour video, and stay tuned for the next video, brightening highlight. I will have matched you to 2 highlight colors. One of them is going to be lighter, and that is brightening highlight. So brightening highlight is used to add brightness to the areas on your face that are naturally bright, as well as your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to apply this down the center of my face, kind of like the high points of your face, adding that little bit of brightness. It's going to take attention away from the outer areas and draw attention to the center of your face. So you can see just down the center of the face there. Then I apply it on the inner corners of my eye where I have quite a bit of darkness. I want that brightness there. I want that area to pop. And then to add a little bit of a facelift effect, I'm going to take it up from the corner of my eye up into my temple. Stay tuned for main highlight. So main highlight is the darker of the 2 highlight colors that I matched you to. So it's going to be the one that most closely matches your skin tone. You're going to dab into it. It should be fairly creamy. So always dab, don't swipe. And then when you apply it, you can do it in swiping, dabbing, kind of stippling motions. Basically, I'm just filling the gaps. Everywhere I don't have makeup, I'm applying a little bit of my main highlight. Next up, lip and cheek. Okay, so this last step is kind of self-explanatory. This is lip and cheek. You can apply that with your brush or just with your finger, whatever works best for you. I like to apply it just above my contour, not down on the apples of my cheeks, because I want more of a facelift. I don't want it to drag my face down. Throw it on the lips to add some color, and make sure you stay tuned for the next video. It's all about the blend, and that will complete your look. Okay, you guys, we are on to our final step, the blend. So you do not want to blend with a fluffy brush like that. You want to use more of a dense brush. That's going to help really press that makeup into your skin and give you more of an airbrushed finish. So you can see here, I'm starting with the lighter colors. I'm doing a combination of dabbing. I'm doing a bit of swiping and some swirling. You make sure you want to dab gently around your eyes because you don't want to stretch that skin out or damage that skin because it is so fragile already. I like to blend a little bit onto my eyelids as well. Up here, you want to just make sure that there are no harsh lines. So you don't want any harsh contour lines. You want to blend them out a little bit, just like that. When you're blending the contour on your cheeks, you want to make sure that you're always pulling it upward, just like that. You don't ever want to pull that contour down, because if you do, you're going to give yourself, well, you're going to lose that facelift effect. Okay, so always blend your cheek contour upward. When it comes to your jaw, you want to blend that downward, okay? So you're going to pull that down, and it's going to create a little bit of a natural shadow. Most people make this mistake once, they forget to do their jaw. So don't let that be you. Always remember the jaw. And if you still have trouble blending, make sure you watch my troubleshooting with Saint video.